Get you in. All right. That should do it. Doink. A little bit late today, but that's okay. Get a little bit of light going. There's some light. There's some chat filters. There we go. I think I'm good. Let's try that. Sounds okay. All right. It's a little bit messy out here, but it's okay. That's over there. Okay. So, hi everybody. Just waiting for a few people to come in. And we got quite a few things to do. Hey there. This was the other piece. Oh no, this is a piece of Kingman. So, might try that, but it's sort of got a double seam in it. So, we'll have to see. Anyway, I hope everybody's had a good week. I know it's Sunday, and I know there's sports stuff going on and weather events, which I hope everybody's staying safe. We are a little spoilt here right now. I know it's going to hit us in the next day or two, if you could call it being hit by a weather storm compared to everybody else. I'm not really sure. I don't think so. What have we got? So we're going to do, I've got some of the cheapos. I'm going to continue with the cheapos. This was the piece we did, similar piece we did last week. In fact, let me see if I can find what we did last week. This is what we've done in the last week or so. Sounds great. Shouldn't really do that, but sounds good. So yeah, this is some of what we've done in the last week. This was recently, the very recent. Where are we? This was semi-recent. That's the fire agate. Hi everybody, welcome in. Just going through a few things that we've done in the last week or so. And we'll get moving on some new stuff. Where's that piece I'm looking for? Haha! Hi North Star. Guess what, North Star? I think I may have done it. I haven't glued it in yet. This one I might have to redo because it's Hi Cream, you're okay. They come in and out. I appreciate it. Thumbs ups are great. Yeah, thank you, North Star. I appreciate that. So yes, hopefully now we get to the. You want to see? We can see. Let me keep that one out, and let me keep that one out. So it clicked in yesterday, the day before yesterday. I finished it, and calibrating to an exact size is like the best fun in the world. It's not. And let's have a look. Let's see. I don't want to give everything away here. I can show you a card if you want, but I don't know if you want your card being shown. Oh, I hear a big puppy outside. All right, you ready? So this is not glued in yet. It clicked in, and I have to unclick it out so I can put some glue in there. And we know what happened the last time we did some gluing. Anyway, that's the back. And this is the front. So you want to get in real close. So this was a small friendly commission from North Star, who's in the chat. So that's about as close as I could get it. It's got a tiny little gap up the top here, but I can't do anything. You can't really see it. It's just because it's so magnified. But if you actually pull out like that, you can't really see it. And yeah, I hope you like it. But it's a really pretty stone. This is, I believe it's the Carmel Mountain Ferrocite. Not 100%, but I think so. This was the other piece of rough that was left from that stone, so we can do a quick comparison, actually. Hi everybody, welcome in. Marion, welcome in. Oh, see, it popped out already, so that's how close it is. So yeah, I still have to glue this in. I'm not going to force it right now. But this was the rough that it came from. And that's the finish. So that's for North Star. I've already got it, my fingers on it. But it came out really nice, and I should have that glued up hopefully tonight or tomorrow, and then we'll get that out to you. I know you've been extremely patient, so thank you so much for that. Which small brown one? This one? Is that what we're looking at? It's a fire agate. Very nice fire agate, actually. Hey, Hava, welcome. Sorry. Just make you guys. Hope everybody's having a great day. I know some of the weather's a little tough for some. So then today, I don't know, do we keep doing show and tell? Let me show you the other 3 commissions I just had. So this was one that I did a while back, and actually I took it back to him because the ring was starting to fall to pieces, and then he glued in the stones that I did, and I'm still not happy with it, but it looks a lot better than it did. So I wasn't happy with that stone. The lapis came in, I put that lapis in, and then we just brought the stone down so that it was even across the stone. So he should be happy with that. He might fill that little crack in with some glue and epoxy, but nobody else would do it, so I did it for him. I know it did last week. I don't know, it's pretty nice today. It's not too bad. It's a little bit muggy up here. And then I think tomorrow it's going to get. And he gave me this one to do. Let me pull this out. So this is a good little learning thing to do. So somebody bought a setting, probably pretty cheap on eBay or wherever, and took it to the jewelers and said, can you take a piece of stone that was in your store, cut it, and fit it into the setting that I bought? I didn't buy this. So he said yes, but then when you look at the setting, there's really no shelf. There's no shelf. If you're going to buy something, try and see if you can get it where there's at least a little shelf if you're going to use prong settings, so that there's some room for the stone to sit on. So I cut out a little piece, and that's what I made. Sort of got you giving the finger down here. Sorry. Yeah, it's pretty nice. So yeah, piece of crazy lace. Now the stuff with crazy lace is every single one of these lines and loops and wisps and quartz and fortified, lines. They're all different hardnesses. So to get it to go fairly even on the surface, I think I did pretty good. But this little spot up here, which is the darkest spot, was soft. So even though it's cut well to the stone, it sort of sticks out. It's not too bad now, but it almost made like the stone was misshaped. And then this should just kind of fit poink right in there. And what I had to do was elongate the oval a little bit so that it could fit on the top and the bottom, and then he can roll those prongs over the top of it and then probably burr them out, but I'm going to let him do that. So yeah, so YouTube just asked me to ask you guys, what are you passionate about? You don't have to tell me, but they were asking just to see. And then the third one, I don't even know if I'm going to be able to do it. Another send back. So this person believed that the heart that was on here was shell, and I'm pretty sure it's glass. So I didn't even touch this one before the jeweler gave it back to me. I was like, listen, this is glass. You're not going to be able to shine it out. You're not going to be able to make the glass look any better than it does because it's a wavy glass. And he was like, I know, but the person swears that it was shell, but it's not. So this is what it kind of looked like originally. It's a little dirty now, but so he snapped this out. And when he snapped that out, he split this up. So that's split. So then he wanted me to cut a piece of mother of pearl because they're going to pop this little symbol out of the middle there. So yeah, it's just sort of got a little post to it. And they're going to have to clean that up, take that out, and then what did I just do with it? Oh, right there. So I got to take the rest of this out. This was the mother of pearl he gave me, and I got it pretty close, but I got to pop that other piece out first. So before I finish off the details. Sorry for the ins and outs. And then he can drill a hole in the middle and put that post back in. So, hi Tanya, how are you? Nice to see you. I was lurking on your channel last night when you and Doug were on. What was I watching when you were there? Congratulations on the little one. A little bit different than the little one we got. I think I got do I have a picture? There's the picture of our little one. Yeah, you've got more of your hands full than we do, I think. Let's have a look. I just took one. So this is the big boy this week. Doesn't want to get bigger. Why doesn't it want to get bigger? Anyway, yeah, that's our little guy this week. He's pretty cute. He's doing really well. He's 13 weeks. He's already asking to go outside. Last night, he actually went, I think, from 10:30 to 8:30 in the morning without having an accident and without having to go outside. Pretty amazing, actually. So, yeah, very cool. And then, actually, I have a piece of yours here, Tanya, right here. I cut that. I split it in two last week. You guys, if you don't know my jewelry addiction, it's Miss Tanya. She's out in California. Fantastic reseller of all kinds, from costume to sterling to gold. Fine jewelry, and she takes us on walks to the beach and some of the antique shows. It's really fun. So you can go over and so yeah, I'm not sure if this is Katie's Mountain, but I'm guessing California, and with the calcite that's in there, I'm guessing that it might be. All right, that's a little bit of chit chat for the day. Let me make sure I get everything back so I don't lose anybody's stuff. And I will show you my find of the week. Let's see. So my find of the week this week, I had two. This little cat ring. So with the price of silver today, silver's going to be, it's over 103. And 6 o'clock tonight, Yeah, just a little cat ring. I think it was 12 bucks, 13 bucks. There's actually more silver now in that ring than there is than the price that I paid. And then this was just fantastic. Look at that. 95. Beautiful flowers on there. Gorgeous little leaf. It is marked sterling up in here. It was 38 grams, and I paid, let's have a look, 40 bucks. I think it was 40. Yeah, 40. So there's actually $110 worth of silver there. It's a beautiful cuff. Those are my finds this week. Let's get into some rocks. So that's really why we're here. Doop. Gotta go in the bag too. And today I've got some turquoises to do, and probably a Jasper or two to do as well. Yeah, thanks all for being here. I appreciate the thumbs up. That really helps. I'm aiming for, what are we aiming for? We're trying to get to 1,500 by the next 3 years. It shouldn't take too long. We'll see. But yeah, that's sort of the next goal, I guess. What's on the dupstick? This is some of the Dave Duncan, Mojave Dave eggshell number 8. It's pretty soft. A little bit softer than I like it. So I was trying to do it by hand, but it's soft. So I think I'm going to have to take the rest of the rough and stabilize it somehow. So yeah, I put a line on it, but I just did that by eye. I didn't even measure that out, and maybe we'll get to that. It's pretty soft. It's not breakable soft, but it's pretty soft, so I might even have to back it with something at the end of it. Not to give it height, but just to give it a little bit extra stability. And then these are the 3 we did in the last live. It is the blue moon, veined blue moon I found out yesterday. That is the cheap $100 per pound. And this is the Alpine Village, which is, I love this stuff too. This was really nice. Stabilized, Mexican, but really nice. Great matrix in there. And little florets of turquoise. Andrea, how are you? I think so, Andrea, but I have to, I think are you Indian, if that's correct? I don't want to insult anybody, or not insult anybody, but I think India. Manfred, welcome in. So let's get working on something. These are some of the other ones we've done in the last few weeks too. Let's see. So what I am going to do... What would you like me to do? This is the cheap stuff. And then I got a couple of pieces of number 8 that we could do. And a piece of Kingman. Really, it's like 2 little veins. That's going to be pretty dirty stuff. It's got a decent face on this side though. So there's that, and another little piece of blue moon, which we could do. My wonderful cutting abilities right there. And oh, we need to do this. This is what we need to do. Let's do this reddy green. It's almost like a bloodstone with green florets in it. It's really nice. And I've got that piece and this piece. But I think we're going to go... I think we can do this little piece here. I have no idea how this is going to cut, but we're going to get going. Let's see. done here. Boop. I'll get used to it eventually. Ah, Dandy's World. Okay. It's Genie. And it's a little off center somewhere in the pump. Or it's the screw that's in the pump shouldn't be the right, it's the wrong screw. So it makes a little tapping noise. But we're going to try this because it's been requested by Miss Frecklecat. Let's do a quick, let's do a quick test, see how loud it is. And that gives me an idea of how hard it is. So I'm just putting my other phone together here. I do not know what Dandy's World is, but that's okay. So it's got this sort of chocolatey matrix on this other side that's almost like a Ethiopian opal matrix. I'm going to go around the edge and just make it straight. Trying to figure out what shape to do here. And I think this is going to be a little chippy. So Tucson's coming up, which is really exciting. I guess they've probably pretty much started already. But I know if you know Lapidary Dave, he'll be out there. There's quite a few other content creators that'll be out in Tucson for the next 3 weeks. So this is natural. It's not stabilized or anything. But it's got a very distinctive smell to it. I wish I could explain it. I'm not sure. You're going to have to think about that smell. It comes from a few different materials, actually. It's not a bad smell. Feel the wind picking up behind me. Hi everybody, welcome in. Say hi in the chat if you would, that'd be great. I just need to know that the chat's running from time to time. I will keep an eye on it, and then I also will keep an eye on this. And sometimes we just let the cutting do its own speaking. If you just let it speak for itself. Not sure how to do that, so. That's the best I can do right there. And there may be some internet issues, I assume, with the storm going on. It's not too bad here, but it may depend on where you're watching from as well. If anybody else has that issue, please let me know. Alright, so it's sort of got a shape going. Got most of that chocolatey in. And then look at the color in that. Let's see if we can even... really dark. Look at the color. Do we keep bringing it in to get rid of the chocolate, or do we leave that in? I'm glad I'm not in the snowstorm. And I hope it doesn't become as bad as they said it was gonna become. I know there'll be some people with some snow issues and weight issues on their roofs and the shed roofs and tree limbs and that kind of stuff. It's not so much during the storm, it's the after the storm that becomes a problem sometimes. I had to deal with a couple of hurricanes here locally, and I had to deal with doing the contracts and stuff for the storm debris pickup. I have to decide which side we're going to do. I'm going to do this side, which could be, let's call that 1. Or do we do this other side, which could be 2? I think they're both pretty good. Hi everybody, welcome in. Thank you for coming in. So I'll leave the chocolatey. I think I'm going to leave the chocolatey in there just for a little bit of contrast. This bit's going to roll over a little. This one we're going to take out. So maybe I bring these in just to make it a little more pure at the bottom, a little cleaner. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the chat. If you have any materials that you'd like to see me cut, put them in the chat. We're not 100% sure on this one. We think it's probably a Bloodstone. I watched a little bit of it. Yeah, if anybody's interested in purchases, I know Kyle over at World of Rock Hounds was, he had some Megalodon teeth he was doing. I don't know if they all sold. They seem to be pretty decent prices for the size. I think I saw a 5-inch top. Well, half-inch Megalodon tooth, and it was $275, including the discount, I think, something like that. Hi, Matty. How you doing today? Happy Sunday to you too. Hope you're doing all right. I know you hadn't been out on your your walks quite as much the last couple of days. You see I've almost got, well, that's disappeared there. Oh, look at that, what's that? And we're going to bring this in just a tiny bit more. And I'm going to start rolling that down. And I'm going to roll it this side, I think. Yeah. I've got to be able to see it. I got everything in front of me. I got a phone in front of me, a lamp in front of me, and then myself in front of me. I'm just going to bring it down like a 45 on the edges here. Bring it around. This will just give it a general shape. And I can't figure out what the smell is. It's a very familiar smell that this is giving off, and I can't quite place it. Yeah, it's just nice. Just bringing it in. I think the Freckle Cat's on triple duty right now, so baking cookies for science. Yes, that is a real thing. So baking cookies for science for the store, and then she's on Toby alert, and then she's also here helping out. Just in case a few of you get a little bit naughty. I wish it was the smell of money. Well, maybe it is. Maybe you're right. Which I do have to sort all that out of, I don't know if I should start up a site just to sell on Etsy or sell through my present eBay account. Like right now on my eBay account, I mostly do old books. And when I mean books, I mean more subject specific than just books. A lot of science books, but old stuff. British Medical Society. I've got some pretty odd governmental minutes pamphlets from the 50s and 60s. And then occasionally I'll put up, a piece of silver or a piece of jewelry or something. And maybe a couple of thrift finds from time to time. So maybe I just integrate it into that store, or I might just start a separate store that's totally just for lapidary. And hey Dorigami, welcome in, thank you. Yeah, I gave up eating crayons a long time ago. But you always get the pencil eater and the glue eater at store. Here comes the fire engine, but it's not me. So that's pretty good on my angles. I'm just going to come down a little bit, and then we're going to move on to the next wheel, I think. Actually, let's do the 30. So that's at about a 45 right there, maybe a little bit more. And So it looks like that matrix has a crack through it, but it's just the crack here. Alright, so it's odd stuff. It's really, so that crack is in just that skin, and I think I'm gonna have to bring it all the way in. I gotta bring it in. Let's go in. Alright. So not that that crack was actually compromising the stone. I just don't like the look of it. So we're gonna bring it in. So whatever that matrix on the outside is, it's not very stable. And you guys still see that crack still coming in. So I gotta keep bringing it in. Hey Addie, how are you? Yeah, that would be a good idea. And get a good mix of reds and greens in it. You can see how it came down here and then fractured out that side. And that's really just the formation more than it is the stone itself. Alright, I gotta round everything off again. I'm not expecting to have to do that. Thanks for all the thumbs up. If you're new and you enjoy a little bit of what you're seeing, go ahead, subscribe and hit that notification bell. I go live on Thursdays and Sundays. Came in a little bit late today. I don't mind that little one. That's okay. That's okay down here, that little sort of striking color right there. And that's okay. Pretty much through that. Just got that little bit right there, so it's got to go a little bit more and we'll be good. So I'm going to have to do a 45 degrees on that again anyway. And that essentially will end up hopefully rolling out the rest of that little crack there. Like I say, it's only in the matrix, it's not actually in the stone. So let's start rolling, bringing this in right here, see what we got. To do some more. Tiny bit more, we're almost there. Wow, I did not expect to have to bring that in so far. So that little line would have bugged me. Try it a little bit more. So just kind of see if now the 45 brings it in. It's still there. Wow. Let's keep going. Shape's changing. I got to be careful of becoming too impatient. Bring it down. All right, I think we pretty much got it. So I don't mind the little ones, it was just that one line. Okay. This one, if you're asking what it is, we believe it's a bloodstone of some type. Now I've got to round everything out again. And here's the other piece of it. I did not expect to spend this much time on the 80 grit wheel. I'm going to bring it into about a 30 now instead of the 45. Hopefully you can see the two different levels. We got 45 and then a bit of a 30 going after that. I'm going to do a little bit more, almost like a 15 to the middle. And then we're going to change wheel. That should give us semi-domed. So semi-domed. And now we're going to move over. Hey, thank you for coming in. Appreciate it. Hey, Pancake, how you doing? Go around the edge again, rounding it off, making it a little bit smoother, a little more appealing. And we're going to blend those together, the 15, the 30, and the 45. We're going to blend all those together. And that should give us some fairly even, consistent from the top of the girdle to the middle of the face. Hopefully. Some of it we just do this by feel. Looking pretty good, even with that little stripe across there. I actually like the stripe. Hey, I appreciate you having come in at all, Pancake. come back, join us another time. We'll be doing this for a couple, maybe an hour or two. We'll be doing some turquoise after this. I'm just going to get this bottom edge so that it's not so sharp and it takes out the chances of it chipping. I'm going to smooth off the back, even though it may be unseen when it's set. So I wish the camera would pick up on the colors a little bit better. I'll keep rolling that out. Move on, actually. We'll do a quick dry check. See if we have any. No major. There's a little bit of faceting still, which is normal. Need to round that off a little bit better up the top. Yeah, we're pretty faceted, so a little bit more. We'll do it on the next one. Let's do it on this one. So if you're using for me anyway, if you're using the diamond grit metal wheel on a hard stone, it tends to facet and leave facets more easily than the Nova that I'm working on here. This Nova, because it's got a sponge behind it, helps round off those facets pretty easily. And it still takes off some material. You don't want to have really sharp points on this wheel either, because it will dig into the surface, which is like a material, a canvas that's been impregnated with a resin and a certain grit of diamond. But it will catch too, so pick up those little sharp areas. Back real quick, and I think we'll start on something else. We'll come back to this one and we'll finish it up on the next 3 wheels. I think we're going to try some of that cheap turquoise, or should we do the number 8? So I got some number 8 turquoise, fairly speckly, the old school number 8, very similar to what they were selling last night. Maybe this is a little bit nicer. But let's have a look at this one. Hey Marco. Tim, welcome in. So yeah, a little bit of a dome into the center. It's not flat on the top anymore. I don't mind that line up there. And then the colors in it are just really neat. It doesn't show up very well. Let's try this. Does that work better? A little bit. Pretty nice. Alright, let's move on to something else. So, do a really thick piece of number 8. Well, let's do this piece of number 8, or what else have we got? We got this. This was the super cheap La Verde turquoise out of Mexico. Let's give this. Yeah, thanks for all being here. I really appreciate it. I know it's Sunday afternoon. Some of you got stuff for work to do tomorrow. Some have awful weather going on. And if you guys just spend any time with me, it's really appreciated. And I kind of feel honored, actually. Try that one, or do the number 8. I think we'll do the number 8 first. Let's see if this holds together. So that will be the face. Yeah, let's do that again. Left or right? So do the chocolate one or the turquoise green one? That one. This one? Okay. This one. We can do that one. Get a little extra light coming on. Be careful. Let's give it a try. So this was very cheap turquoise. I sort of did it as a test. I have to put a mask on for this one though. Sounds a little foggy, but this one is stabilized pretty good. Well, I didn't know the elastic. Okay. It sounds a little foggy, but I've got an N95 on, a thick one. I don't know. The elastic on my mask are going to deteriorate over time. Alright, so I'm just going to go around the hole, and I'm going to actually bring in a little extra water on this one. It is stabilized, so it's got epoxy in it, and I don't want to be breathing the epoxy. I'm going to try and keep this as one big piece. Hopefully. So if I oriented it correctly, I might be able to get a really nice big free-form shape. And now I got to flatten at least one side so I can work on it. So I'm going to try it. It's got some really nice color in it. I might actually come in a little bit. This seems to be the flatter side, so let's try to flatten that out. Well, either side really. I'm going to bring that in. That was was just too thin right there. Look at the color, it's actually really nice. Let's take this side down first. If you want to know where I got this from, I got it from Sonora River Minerals. They're out of Arizona. It was a first time buy for me. Selling out of a warehouse. They will be in Tucson this week. Yeah, if you buy from them, tell them that SirRocksAlot sent you. It may just help you a little bit. I'm trying to do most of the heavy work on this wheel. Wow. This may actually become the taste. Wow. This is actually really nice. Look at that. Look at the changes in color. You can call you Jar of the Hut if you want. Hey Angel, welcome in. Where's it Angelica? Angelica. So I'm going to bring down this. This is all matrix and epoxy. So let's go through this piece. That's going to be pretty quick. A little bit thin right there. It's getting a little bit thinner, but it's stabilized. I'm not too worried about it fracturing. I hope. Alright, let's get that off. Have a look. I think it's still got the matrix. Hey Jenna, welcome in. Yes, thank goodness. We're almost at Christmas. Alright, so I still got to get through all that. Or I just come down from the top and leave that as the back. Maybe that's what I do. Just flatten it out first. I am pressing pretty hard. starting to come through the matrix now. So now we're going to have to decide which side. A little bit pity in there. So it could be my machine, and it could be the local dog. Not local, the next door dog. We have a dog, but he's not big enough to bark. Well, he barks. A little wet here. Not sure which side I like. Decided. It almost has this as a double-sided one, actually. One side a little more natural than the other. Going to move on to the next wheel. Pretty freaky stuff right here. Hey everybody. You're a funny one, aren't you? Getting cleaner. I just don't know which side I like. Let's move on to the next wheel. So there are age limits to being on certain channels on YouTube, so please respect those. Turn the back a little bit more. I need to reshape it somehow. We go that way. Gotta come in a little bit there, that's ugly. I was hoping the blue or the turquoise color would be a little more consistent and clean. Sort of got a little bit of a speckle to it. Still can't come up with the right shape. But we're going to do it anyway, so let's keep going. So most of my material, I'll end up cutting it. I really want to cut everything, whether it's good, bad, or ugly. And then pricing will determine the quality. Or the quality will determine the pricing, I guess. Hey everybody, welcome in. Thanks for coming in. Working on a piece of lapidary turquoise from Mexico. Heavily stabilized. I don't think it would catch fire if you put a light to it, but it'd be pretty close. Good fire starter for the storm that a lot of you are having to experience. I wish I could find a more aesthetic shape. It could be that. Definitely some different material. Let's go in a little closer. So I don't know what this speckling is in here. I don't know if it's a quartz or the epoxy, but it's not epoxy. It comes through on that other side too. A little weird. It's a good color. It's a little odd. Just gonna get on the girdle one more time. Move on to it. Go on to the third wheel. What about this? Good. It's not bad. Hey Dusty, how you doing? I don't know if Dusty would like it that much. So, highly, it's actually pretty good that side too. Highly stabilized. You know, for this we'll probably do the number 8, and then maybe we'll work on a piece of Kingman. Hey Lord, how you doing? We are just cutting some stones, a little bit of turquoise. Not the most expensive stuff or high quality stuff in the world, but we are cutting it to test it, and I can use it as a base for other material from the same company. So sometimes I just do tests on different sourcing or different companies to see if what they're saying is true, their story behind it is true, the price is fair to the quality of the stone. Then I know I'm dealing with a good vendor and would happily go back and purchase more at a higher price and a higher quality, if that makes any sense. And that's one of these. Hi there, welcome in. Sorry I can't pronounce your name. round this off just a little bit more, and then we'll work on something else. So very glad I put my mask on this one. A little bit of a flip. Get that top sharp edge real quick. Either that. Yeah, it's coming through pretty good. Hi everybody, welcome in. I hope you're having a good Sunday. If you're anywhere north of me, I hope you're safe and the storm's not affecting you too bad. And at least the heat's working. Yeah, it took a lot of work. Not bad. It's enjoyable to me. So this is fun for me. I don't think about finances. I don't think about things that are wrong with the house. I don't think about stuff that's wrong at work. I enjoy all of your company. And yeah, I get to zone out a little bit. Alright, now I'm starting to see something. So let's see if I can do this. So it's changing the shape a little bit. I think I saw something. But just taking off that little edge up the top makes it a little more pleasing. But I gotta go over what we'd already done, just to blend it all in. And that's a little bit better already. Alright, this one's pretty much done for these 3 wheels. We'll try the number 8. I don't know if the number 8's going to hold together or not. Number 8 can be pretty finicky if it's not stabilized. Alright, just changing that shape just a little bit, made it a little bit more pleasing to the eye. Or at least for me. Let's have a look. Hi everybody. So yeah, not terrible. For the price, it's pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that for the price. Alright, so that's 2. Where'd the other one go? Look at what we did. So we got those 2 done. Now we're going to try a piece of number 8. I'm hoping it sticks together. We will see. There's a lot of different matrices with number 8, and sometimes this chocolatey brown can be a little bit softer. So some people like the really dark colored number 8 because the matrix holds together a little bit. It's a pretty thick piece. I'm hoping it holds together. And that's going to be the front. It already has Bit of an angle on each side already, so I'm just going to do that. Let's see how we do. I think I need some more water here, don't I? Just add a little bit of water. Hey everybody, get some more water to the tray. Means it gets a little bit more water on my wheels. And I have a less of a chance of dying from silica. This is almost tree-shaped for me. You see how this one's a little more chocolatey, sort of a milk chocolate. Go around the corner. So the other thing you have to watch out for turquoise, including number 8, is sometimes it's been out of the ground for a long time, and when it's dry it may seem really stable, but when it gets reconstituted with water, it can make it softer and more prone to fracturing. So this has only been back in water for what, 3 minutes now, and it's okay so far. I feel a little chip down here. So yeah, I gotta be careful here. Hold up. Let's see. Bye, North Star. Thanks for being in here. So we have another Sir Ellerin. Welcome in. I assume you're part of the round table. Hi, Kelly. Welcome in. Bye, Jar. Thanks for being in. Just round off this corner so it's pretty brittle. Gonna round off this corner for the same reason. Wow, there's quite a few of you, and welcome in. We're cutting some number 8 turquoise, hopefully. And I'm going to hope that it stays together. We already did these today. This is a little bit of bloodstone that we did. I don't know if you can see the colors in that one, it's really nice. Keep going. That's good there. Good up there. Gonna round it just a little bit more. I'm afraid the tip of this stone is going to break off. Thank you, North Star. Yeah, all the thumbs up help. It's free to do. You just double tap your screen. It helps me. So even if you're not hanging out for too long, it still helps me, and I really appreciate it. But it does kick out the live to other people that may have an interest. So, all right, we're going to go on to the next wheel. It's a little less aggressive. Oh, excuse me. A little less aggressive. I'm going to start bringing down this top up here. And I'm going to stop pushing quite so hard, I hope. I'm afraid this material, that the longer I keep it in the water, the softer it may get. Hope you can see that okay. Trying to do like a 45 degrees from the top of the stone. Sorry I sound like I got a cold. I have a mask on. But by having a mask, I should be able to do this a little bit longer. Coming around this corner. Trying not to push too hard on these edges because it may just crack right off. See that? See that? It's getting windy out. I'm going nice and slow now. It's holding. I'm still worried about it though. Push a little bit harder. Did that a little much. Went to a men's basketball game last night. It was fun. We lost, but it was fun. We had not lost to that team at home in 30 years until last night, so a lot of disappointed fans. And a little low on the girdle right there. I've got to bring it back in. Yeah. I don't know. Are you backing the Verisite at all, North Star? To start with, I haven't really got into it yet, but I think it definitely needs a backing. So actually, the piece that I did for you. That was my concern. I was afraid it was going to fracture. It didn't fracture, but I was afraid it was going to fracture, and actually did okay. Hey Lil, welcome in. Where'd it go? There it is. Yeah, and I didn't back the piece I did for you. It did hold together. But I was a little worried about it. And I think most likely, just at what I've looked at, I think the shell pieces, and maybe this is just me, I think the shell pieces are going to be a little bit softer, just because of the way that it's formed. So rather than just being a normal seam or filling up like a pseudomorph, it's a pseudomorph, but the inside of like the clam doesn't get the same mineral supply as the rest of it. If that makes any sense whatsoever. So I'm afraid the shell pieces may be a little bit softer in the middle. I might be wrong. I haven't tried it out. I'm just guessing. Right, I'm just rolling over the edge a little bit. So you get a little bit of a dome. I've got one side that's a little bit higher than the other. Coming out pretty good. Look at that black spot in the middle. So I've got a little bit of a bug right here. Not bad, but I'm going to bring it in. It's almost gone. So I'm not 100% sure, but I seem to find the darker the matrix on number 8, it's a little more stable. It's the same that I find with boulder opal. I like a really dark ironstone on boulder opal. It seems to be more solid. I don't know if I got one out here. I don't have one out here. Alright, I think I'm going to go under the Nova wheel. And some of it, North Star, is just, we got to be more patient, I think. And a little more soft cut. I can be a little aggressive sometimes when it comes to stone. So like with number 8, you have to be careful, because if you press too hard, you will pop out one of these little, what I like to call florets. And once you pop out one, then it compromises the surface. So that's why I moved to this wheel, because it's less aggressive. And you're less likely to, watch me pop one out now, but you're less likely to overheat it or grab one of these little florets in here, they're not botryoidals, that's why I call them florets. They're like blossoms, little turquoise blossoms. I want to say I'm actually really pleased with this, but I don't want to get ahead of myself. Yeah, me too. So a lot of the time you can be fairly heavy-handed and it works out and you get through your material pretty quick. And then every now and then it likes to teach you to slow down and be a little less aggressive. But pretty happy right here. Gonna round it up in the middle a little more. that corner. That's a nice piece. Let me do the back real quick. So looks like the black there and there goes all the way through. Huh, that's different. I'm just going to do the back real quick. So this was thick enough I didn't have to back it. It might be smart to back it anyway. And North Star, thank you for that super chat. It's very kind. After Steve from Get My Bone donated, I think 99 last week. I think I only get like half of it. And the rest goes to taxes that they take out, and they take like a 30% cut. So that's okay. I wouldn't be on this platform if they didn't help me. So everybody gets a little. Yeah. It's hard when that happens too, North Star. You work so hard and you get through like five of your wheels and everything's going well. And then you get to that last wheel that is the least aggressive and barely taking off any material, and something pops out. But then again, I'd rather it popped out when I was working on it than after somebody's purchased it. So, you know, when people buy stuff, I think they only think you worked on their stone, but you've worked on maybe 3 other pieces that didn't work out necessarily. Alright, we're going to leave this. I think I'm good with that. So that's 3. 1, 2, 3. Not bad. A little bit different. Let me go back a little bit. All different. Top 2 are turquoises. And that bottom one that we think is a bloodstone. It's got some really nice greens and reds in it. What's next? Let's see. Let's try ugly little piece of Kingman. I don't know what we've got left here. What time is it? 4 o'clock. So we've got an hour and 50 minutes before the markets open in Australia and China. And then we'll see where the... I wish it was a blue diamond. Did I just put that in there? I did. Not a blue diamond. It is Kingman. It is stabilized. It's sort of got an ugly seam through it right there. So maybe this turns into the top. I don't know. We're going to go around it and check it out. See what's through. But yeah, in about an hour and 20 minutes, go check out the silver price. So it'll actually be about an hour and 40 minutes before you see the first price. But silver on Friday finished up at $103. And gold is itching to get past, so I'm just cleaning the wheel a little. I probably shouldn't use my fingers for it, but yeah, gold's itching to get past 5,000. We'll see. So this one smells wonderful. This one smells like kerosene. And you don't smell the smell unless you cut it. Just going to go around the outside. That is not a thick vein right there. So, which way? I'm not sure how thick that is. So I'm going to take this in. If this matrix stays, that's okay, but if it widens out to like this big, then we'll come back and we'll do it from the other side. It'll be a lot flatter. So, let's see. You know, not everything works out when it comes to cutting stone. I really want to take this mask up, but I'm being good. Hey Gabrielle, welcome in. North Star, appreciate you hanging out this time. I don't know how we're doing for subs. I think it was at 14:30 when we started, so if I could hit that. So there's that seam I'm talking about, and it's actually disappeared down the bottom, and it's getting thicker at the top. So, what do we do? Oh. I think we're going to have to turn it over. I have to bring it in. Very difficult. Bring it in so we oval it out. Maybe by ovaling it, it'll give me more of a blue face. Oh wow, that's excellent. Thank you, Northstar. So yeah, I need less than 10 subs to get to 1450, which would be wonderful. I'm surprised you're all here in the first place. I'm really happy that you are. I'm actually honored that you're here. And if you're new to the channel, we come on live on Thursdays and Sundays. I don't always sound like I'm muffled below 3 feet of water, but I've got a N95 on today, pretty tight to my face. And I'll take it off when we go under the next 3 wheels. But when I'm being aggressive with a stone, and even though it's wet, I like to try and keep the epoxy out of my lungs. So you can see where how thin it is there and how thin it is up top. I'm trying to make it so I can get the best of both worlds, but it's getting pretty hard. I think I'm going to have to just do a flat stone. So we're going to do this side real quick. Otherwise I'm going to have to take it in completely. So if I can keep that will be great, but it'll be very flat. terrible, but there's never going to be any blue here until you get to the bottom. So, almost bring it in that much. And we're going to bring it in some more. It is getting smaller very quick. Good there. Awful there. So I'm trying to oval it out a little bit more. Not bad, but let's go on to the next wheel here. So now I'm just trying to save a really thin seam. Wow, that's thin. It's almost like doing opal. It's a really nice blue, but it's so thin, I don't know if it's going to last. Do one more over here. This water is getting pretty bad too. Doing the back, which I had rounded, but I really need it flat now. It looks better now. Yeah. Not the best. It's a pretty color, but it's just not fluid enough. You can see over here where it just disappears. I'll try and bring it in just a little bit more. I love the color, it's so thin. Alright, that's going to have to do for right now. Not bad, but it's so thin it may disappear in the next 3 wheels, but we'll try it. Alright, let me clean up this bone. There's got stuff all over it. Let's see if I can clean up the lenses a little bit. Sorry, giving you guys a quick clean. That's not bad, that's better. Alright, let's do a really nice piece. So, this is the Alpine Village. We cut one of these the other day. Stabilized, nice and thick, but look at the matrix in that. That's gorgeous. Nuggety. Really nice. So, let's do that one. Put some wheels over. Same thing, just going to clean up the outside. And I guess, I don't know. We'll see. I don't know which way I'm going to come down on this. Being pretty aggressive. Just bring it all the way in. Okay. So what I'm going to do, I could leave this as the bottom. It may end up being the face. I'm going to start bringing this down. And if I have to change it, we can change right in the middle. So I should be able to bring this down some. I'm a little worried about this little bug right here. Bring that in a little bit. See how deep it goes. This is going to be a free form. I already love the color too much. So still got that little bug in there. Let's start bringing this down and we'll see. So I'm going to treat this side as if it's going to be the face, but I can always change it if I want to. Take the top off a little, or bottom. And let's take a peek, I think. So this will tell us which way we're going to go. Alright, let's have a look. That was pretty nice. Is that metal in there? I think that's metal. Alright, so I think that's pyrite in there probably. It does not show from here. Let's readjust here. So there is some metal in there. This is the metal showing there. Those black spots. So my danger zone was right here. So I think that'll come out. So then am I happy with the shape? Happy with the color? The only way I would have to shape it was to get rid of that piece. Unless I shaped it like that. Here's a little little opacity right there. I mean, got that one right there. Go on to the next one. We'll keep digging at this one. This one hasn't told me what it wants to be yet. Although it's just, I don't know. Make it a little smaller. Problem is, this is really pretty, but the blue on the inside is just so much nicer. So we're going to change that. I'm going to bring this in, see if it changes, but I like the inside blue better. This one, it's a beautiful color, but it's not quite as vibrant as that, and I think we're going to stick with this. Now we have to do it straight, reorient it, and then we'll take the edges down. And yep, flatten this out. I hope you will come back. I don't know if you knew, but when you're on a live and you hit 1 hour and 54 minutes, it kicks you out and then brings you back in. So I hope it brought you all back in. We're going to flatten that back out. Sometimes you don't know which one's going to be the back of the front, so you actually cut it down. But it's pretty, but the color on this side is just much nicer, far more vibrant. Now, how do I... Then we'll start bringing down the 45 degrees. So doing about a 45 on the girdle, or the top of the girdle to the face, so that I can get a little bit of a dome on here. Go. I'm going to pull it out from the middle to the edge. Double checking I'm doing the right side. Well, when you're doing this and you got all that gunk on there, you may just flip the stone and not even recognize that you flipped it. But I haven't. I'm doing all right. I'm gonna get the corners down. Okay. I'm gonna bring it in. I want to bring it in a little bit more. The side was a little too rounded for me. There you go, that's better. It's looking pretty nice. Alright, let's move on to the next one, which will take off all the facets. One little bug right in that corner. Do we bring it in? I think we bring it in. Bringing it in. Now I sound like I'm snorkeling. Gotta take this off for a minute. A little bit better. Doing some fine tuning here. That's good, and that little bug is gone. Which is good. Hey Candy, yeah, this is nice. I am not. And supposedly they're going to start up again in the local community college. No, I just had other people asking me. If none of you know Femme Mécanique, please go over Juliet up in Canada. Fabulous, fabulous lady. Silversmither, lapidarist. She just put out a quick short today, but I believe she's been teaching some introductory silversmithing locally, and it's really fun to see her combine that into her mission. So yeah, Femme Mécanique. It's actually pretty nice. Just check for a couple of little facets. And that's how you work a piece of turquoise. It's all nubbly and nuggety. I didn't know which side was going to face best. Turned out we went for the color and the vibrancy of the color rather than the area or the surface area, which would have been bigger from the other side. But I think this color is a little bit better than that color. Not much. Both sides look really good. Let's do a quick tap on that. On there. Or there. Alright, so that's 4 stones done. 5 stones done, I'm sorry. So, do we go on the next 3 wheels? I think so. So I think we do the next 3 wheels. And, yeah, go from there. So hold 1 second and take this thing off of my face. Woo-wee, I can breathe again. Let's take a second to break. Clean up a few things. So we're going to go over to the next 3 wheels, because I'd really like to get some of this to the ZAM station by the end of the day. I don't always like starting rocks and having to come back to them. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We got 5 going. The top one there is so much nicer in person. I'm hoping it's going to come out as we go through the next 3 wheels. But yeah, let's move over to the other side here. A little bit cleaner. We should be able to run through these fairly quick. So hold on. Put back. Let's do that. Let's get you in here. I think. I'm always afraid of losing the live as we go along. The light. Let's check everything's on. Let's do that. That'll help. So yeah, thanks for all joining today. If you are new to the channel, I'm live on Sundays and Thursdays. Sundays we seem to be pushing closer and closer to 2 o'clock rather than 1:30, and that's pretty nice. And Thursdays we come on around 5:30, 5:36, something like that. So these, gonna get some of these finished up. Hoping this one turns out good once we get some finer grits on this one. In fact, we'll start with this one. Let's get some finer grits on here and hopefully some polish. So yeah, here we go. Here's some noise again, but it's a little less noise. Get those in. I'm not taking off much material, so I don't need to wear my mask quite as much. Go. Let's run through these. Bubbles doesn't help. There you go. Then you're wondering how Toby's getting along. He's now 13 weeks and I don't know how he potty trained himself, but at 13 weeks he seems to be pretty much potty trained. He's still, well, he's gone from 3.5 pounds to 3.8 pounds. He's a giant. He has not had a fight with a cat yet, which is amazing. I'm very proud of our cat and the way that he's behaved. And I don't mean Freckle Cat, I'm proud of how she's behaved too, but yeah, a feline cat he's a beast. He's close to going on 20 pounds, and he's got claws like Wolverine. And He has not even hissed at the puppy one time. We're actually really amazed and really proud of him. So I might have to show his picture this week instead of showing the puppies, because he's been a very, very good guy. But the little guy, he went last night. He went from 10:30 at night till 8:30 this morning without having to go out and without having an accident, which to me is pretty amazing. And he didn't screech or bark or squeal. He just waited for us to get going, and yeah, that's pretty amazing. Okay, what do we have? Do we have some sort of amber alert or something, guys? Oh no, just data. Alright. There we go. My data alert just came up. I used 101 gigabytes this week. Oh no, maybe this month. Still a lot. Which means I spend quite a bit of time on here. So not only do I do the live streams, but then I take the live streams and I edit shorts out of them, so people who couldn't come in today are able to see little snippets of what goes on during the lives. And I post those during, or in between each live, I guess. Welcome in, everybody. Thumbs up if you would. Really helps. Yeah, I know. But he's done really well. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it. He's a beast. And we get a lot of cat people coming in that are like, oh, we get along with cats great. He tends to tag them on the way out the door. Facets. I got one little one over here. Some people do the mouth test. I'm not suggesting doing the mouth test, but it does work well on finding facets on each stone. Pretty good on this one. Let's move on to the next wheel. We'll try and go through these pretty quick. I don't know what we're going to polish with this one. Put that up. How's that? I'm just going to do the same thing on all of these. I think we're looking for somewhere less than 10 subs to get to 1450, and then we'll be on our way to 1500. This time last year, I think I had, well, I might have been up to 100 by this time in January, maybe. The channel's doing really well, and I appreciate all of you for being here and taking part. I really do. Looks like it's starting to polish up. Maybe it's just the water, but I think it's starting to polish up nice. On the 1200 grit right here. So I don't know what to polish with this. I don't know if the cerium's going to react to it. As long as there aren't any fractures in the top, then the cerium should be good. And maybe we'll test it. And get the back real quick. But with such a dark stone, if there's any sort of crack or little crevice that's naturally there, the cerium will be attracted to it and get down in it, and it's really hard to get it back out again because it is a powder. So I might just wait for the Zam. I think we'll do the Zam on this one first. And then if that doesn't work, we'll try the serum. Going around. I'm going to keep you guys in the middle there so you can see what's going on. A little windy out there. That's it. Do a quick dry test. Starting to polish. Don't see any big scratches in there. So yeah, pretty happy so far. Go in a little bit. Work right back there. Jeez Louise. That was a pine cone. I nearly jumped out of my, I did jump out of my chair a little bit. If it gets too bad, we'll have to pull it quick, but I'm glad that wasn't on my head. Or it was just a squirrel throwing something at me, which was quite possible. See the spot. Around all the edges. Really, that's all you're doing on these 3 wheels, is covering all the surfaces the same way you did on the prior 3 wheels, and it just takes out the little fine lines that are left from some of the diamond bits. Maybe taking off a little bit of material, but at the 3000 it's really not taking off the material, just sort of smoothing out the surface. Alright. You want to say hi, little one? Just 1 second, guys. You can see Toby, who I'm talking about. Let's do that. So that's pretty good on that one. And we'll take him out. Let me take you out here for a second. You want to say hi? You do? It's so cute. Let's see. Maybe we can get you guys up here. So, quick switch out from the rocks. This is the little guy. Are you ready? Boop, boop, boop. No, that's Big Jaw. Look at him. Hi, little guy.
Hi,
That's
everybody.
Toby. Isn't Toby cool?
He hears the wind outside.
Here's the wind. Oh, that was pretty big.
And pine cones falling.
And yeah, well, the pine cone hit my head almost. It was right above my head. So, yep, that's Toby.
Hello.
No, you can't.
He's the baby.
He is rather cute, Minty. Oh, you get removed. Think.
Yeah, I can't monitor.
Yeah, I monitored. It was probably just a fun joke, but oh, it must be nap time. All right, thank you for visiting.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Toby.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
We're gonna go down the street.
Okay. Would you bring me something out of the fridge, please?
Yes, right now. Right there.
All right. No, you can't. I mean, you can ask again, but if you ask again, then, you know, you're going to get zapped. I don't want to zap you. But, yeah, zapping happens. All right, so a quick introduction. And that is the piece. So we're gonna do Zam on that first. See how that works. Boom. Let's go down here. Let's do that. All right. That's one. We got 4 more to go. Let's do the really thin piece. It's so thin. Look at that. Nice and. So that's gonna be the side. Let's see if we can. See if I can do it without having to go through that little thin seam. We'll see. I wish it was this thick all the way around, but it's not. You can see. And it's going to be a pretty flat piece. He's gonna go get introduced to Star Trek. I'm surprised he didn't get named after somebody in Star Trek, actually. I'm going to do both sides on this one as far as polishing. Just rolling it around on the edge. And look how thin that is. So it's super thin. But no need to throw it out. Well, when you look at it like that, you wouldn't know how thin it was. So as long as it gets bezeled all the way up to the edge. That's good. Let's go on to the next one. Welcome in, everybody. I don't know if you were here for the Toby break. That's our new family member. He's doing rather well. And I thank all you new subs. I thank all of you that have subbed previously. Very kind of you. And all very much appreciate it. Should be pretty quick. It's turquoise and epoxy, so it just needs a once over on the 1200 and then the 3000. It'll be done. Not the most impressive stone. Really nice color. So that's pretty the back, but it's got a little bit of a dome. What I'd like to be the front, but even that's starting, the quartz is starting to come through right there. Quartz and turquoise from the side. Move on over. Alright. So yeah, the next 3 are turquoise. They should be fairly quick, and then we'll be able to do the Zam station, which will be great. It's good to get some stones actually finished off rather than just partially and then us coming back to them another time. Hey Stephen, welcome in. I don't know if you got to saw Toby just then. I thought he just came in. Yeah, we're doing really good. Doing really good, and the puppy's doing really good. I mean, it sucks I gotta go back to work tomorrow, but, you know, gotta pay the bills, so that's what we do. It's a lot better here than I know it is across the rest of the country. You know, a lot of you going through snowstorms and windstorms, and I imagine it's probably a little scary at times too. Like here, we're in the hurricane vicinity, and it can be a little scary at times. Because you can never really tell with a hurricane whether you're going to get tornadoes or just strong winds or what it's going to be. So. Yeah, Treasure Cat's headed down to the other house to introduce the puppy and my father-in-law to Star Trek. She is a huge Star Trek fan. Star Wars too, but more Star Trek than Star Wars. All right, 63 and 63, we're doing good. All right, I think this one's done. Not bad. Pretty nice on the face. Still got a little bug in it. That one's not so bad. So pretty good for what it is. It looks great from there, but look at all that. You got quartz right there. All the way through. A little bit different. Welcome in everybody. So let's go with the Chico. La Verde from Mexico. Highly stabilized. Kind of a little funky in there, milky. Got some nice color in here too. Really good pendant size. It's probably a little over 2 inches by 2 inches. And for some people that's enough. Yeah, until it starts to melt, right? Yeah, one of the people I work with, their family are up there. Where is it? I think it's actually called like Communityville or Community Village or something like that. They live on a lake up there, but growing up they used to drive the cars on the lake when it froze up too. Maybe it's Communityville, something like that. Yeah, it's, I don't know, well, on the wheel it sounded a little louder on that other one. This one is, you know, it is rubber underneath here. We could turn you down so you could see. Get the back. Here comes the wind again. Yeah, and you to get this done pretty quick with the wind picking up. A couple of pine tree branches that I wish were not quite as close as they are to where I'm working right now. That's nice, Sandra. Do you do a lot of jewelry making? That was a one-off? Or are you planning on doing some more? I would just say go for it. I know a lot of us, we self-criticize more than we probably should. It stops us from doing a lot of things. So it took me a long time to get into cutting stones, although I watched it a lot. I didn't partake. And then for some reason I found out that I have a pretty good eye on shapes and finding seams. Enough to the point where, you know, one of the local jewelers commissions me to do it. He basically commissions me to do his dirty stuff, the stuff that other jewelers won't do, or other artists won't do. But I get through it. But yeah, my thing I haven't been doing myself, Sandra, is getting into silversmithing. And I should. I have all the materials to do it. I think I have most of the knowledge to do it. I just haven't done it as much as I would like. I've done 2 pieces, I think, that I posted. And so I think if it gets freezing down here, yeah. I mean, kind of yes, Stephen, and kind of not. It's hard if you're first getting into it. It's probably not the easiest of times, and I would suggest starting with copper for the copper or brass sheet for the practice. But if you are half decent, or not even, you know, if you're decent enough to make a piece and put it together, where the design's nice, the stones or other embellishments that you put on it are nice, and it's not like scratching a neck or scratching a wrist or finger or whatever it happens to be. You can charge on the outside what you're putting in from the front end. So on the back end, people know that silver's gone up, so I think they might even end up appreciating jewelry far more than they used to, as it being not just accessory for dressing or for showing one's character, but it's also an investment. And we're going to find out We're going to find out in 55 minutes where it's headed to. So, the market's going to open at 6 o'clock in Asia and the Eastern Hemisphere. Eastern and Southern Hemisphere, I should say. And, yeah, I don't know what it's going to gap up to. I did go to a couple of sales. Well, I went to one sale this weekend and saw a few people that I see at most of the sales. And they're pretty mad they'd sold a lot of their stuff down in the 50s. Because they've been holding on to silver coins and silver jewelry since it was, you know, $12, $15 an ounce. So after it hit 50, a lot of people sold their stuff, and now they're wondering why they did it. But a profit is a profit is a profit to me. So if they didn't sell out and lose, they just sold out and didn't make more potential profits than they did. That's not really a bad thing. Let's get this back. Manfred, how you doing? What do we got out there? No jewels today and $5 from North Star. So better than nothing. Thank you, North Star. Edges me a little bit closer to that first YT check. Alright. This is going to be the back, and it's got a little cave in it, but also shows that it's natural. And then up here, it's, I don't know, it's like a mix of turquoise and quartz melted together almost. The color's pretty nice. Let's go into that last wheel. Get some water on there. I know Kyle from Word of Rock Hounds was on live today. He was doing a sale. And I assume he's probably still on. He usually goes the whole day on a Sunday. Great place to pick up specimens and other cabochons and stuff. I believe he had some megalodon teeth today, which I was tempted to buy, but I really need to wait until I find my own. I think he had a 5.5-inch megalodon tooth for like $275, which is actually a really good price. Alright, it's in the back. Rolling it once, moving it around, rolling it again. Now let's do the front. I can say this polishes really well. The same thing. Just rolling it. Maybe a 10th or a 20th of the radius each time. That's kind of what I want to do too, Stephen. So the jeweler that I do the work for, he loves silver casting, and he's got plenty of silver, so he's got no worries. But he likes to take megalodon teeth that perhaps they have a chipped upper, what do you call that? Basically the bone part of the tooth, at the top of the tooth, and he encases that in silver and gemstones, different gemstones, and then he casts it, and he makes these giant pendants with megalodon teeth and look like a shark wizard or something. I have one I'd like to do with him. But I want a tooth that's a little bit bigger than the one that I have. Really, I should just take a trip to South Carolina or North Carolina and try and dig for myself. Alright, that's good on the front. Very smooth. That's nice, okay. Let's do that. We've got 2 little ones to go. Oh no, we got 1 big one to go. This one, now this has been soaking in the water for what, an hour and a half? So we will see if it's still stable. I don't think it was stabilized, so I was a little bit wary of this one. Because once it's dried out for a while, the chocolatey brown matrix on a number 8 likes to fracture out really easily. So once you go from dry, being years dry in a bucket or a drawer or something, and then get smacked around or in travels going from show to show, or you never know where the fractures may appear until you get it wet and start working on it. But this one so far has worked out. It's actually a really nice piece. Yeah, I'll take a picture of Steve and I'll bring it. I gotta get back there this week, so I think he has one in the case. If not, because of the commissions I've been doing, I thought about maybe trading him out. And, but I don't want to spend $400, $500 on a pendant. So I'm hoping if I can make it myself. Well, I'd probably still end up spending like $350 if I made it myself. So get the back real quick. I'm not pressing hard on this at all. Just letting the wheel do its work. Oh, we got a 6.7 in the chat. 6.5 and the thumbs up. So if you give me 2 more thumbs up, that'd be great. Get that bottom edge. So it doesn't chip out. Just like that. I think I'm finished on this one. Let's go here. Hi everybody, welcome in. I hope you're having a good Sunday. Hope you're safe. Hope you got some good, nice, warm food. Got the heat on in the house, and yeah, the winds aren't too bad. And you're ready for the kids and the animals to jump in the snow, if they haven't already. Yeah. Same thing, just going over the whole surface. Helps round it out just a little bit more on that dome. That. Thanks for all the hearts popping up there. You want to tap that little heart down there, or the fireworks. I don't even know what else we got down there on this one. Alright, passing that back out. Get that little bottom edge. Very happy with it so far. I don't know if you guys went to Dave's sale yesterday. I think the stuff I liked the most that I saw was I like the blue moon, the poppy blue moon. If you were in the sale, this is the other blue moon that I was talking about. It's the vein blue moon, and I really love this stuff. So that is it's not the poppy blue moon that they were selling yesterday. That is the vein blue moon. He does not have any more right now. I'm hoping he gets some at some point. Alright, let's move on to that last wheel. They're looking good. We are looking good. Same thing. It's 3,000 grit to give it a semi-polish. Mix the water on there. Clickety click 66. Yeah, this one is. I don't know what kind of candy that's Stephen, because yeah. Like chocolate and blue nougat. Thank you, man, Fred. And that mark is just, it's natural. So just really, really dark. You actually see some more on the back here. I thought I'd put Sharpie on it myself, but I didn't. Or I thought somebody else would maybe put a price on it, but they didn't. Wow, Nathan, thank you so much. We'll take 100. Even the gems, one gem counts a million. So thank you, I appreciate that. 100%. Very kind of you, Nathan. Thank you. I appreciate you more for just watching and commenting. That helps too. If you are new to the channel and you haven't subscribed before and you like what you see, I got a lot to show you guys in the near future. I go live on Thursdays and Sundays. Thursdays around 5:36 and Sundays seem to be ranging between 1:30 and 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. So I think we're good with this. We got one more little one to go. This looks really nice too. Well, that's good to know. I'm not on all day, but I do go, I guess we do about 5 hours for a week. Which, you know, when I got a full-time job too, that's pumping it out to me. But on top of that, I take little pieces of the live, like the live today, and I will post it up in short form. And I do have a couple of longer form videos that I need to do with the commissions that I've been working on. Yeah, what sticks out there? Where does that stick out there? Bit better. Round that off. Well, why that's sticking out right there. So that little piece of turquoise must be a little bit harder than the rest of the stone. This one is the Alpine Village. I really like this stuff. Got some more of this to cut. I got a little more of all of this to cut, actually. So I got some opals we got to do, and I got like 5 or 6 different types of turquoise to work on, and then I also got some beautiful varicite to work on as well. Well, thank you, Nathan. I appreciate that. I don't know what I'm up to there. Trying to hit 1450, I think, for the day, maybe. I don't know. It's all. Having 100 subs was amazing to me, so to be where we are today, I'm really, really chuffed. And I'm glad that some of you enjoy coming over and watching. Looking good, looking good. Let's move on over. This is almost like a double-sided piece, so it could be in a nice little pendant with some maybe a gemstone sitting on top of it, or maybe even just some sterling accessories, or maybe like a couple of gold balls dots. I've got all kinds of visions and designs in my brain knocking around, and if it gets too cold out here, then that's what I'm going to end up doing. I'm going to take you inside and we're going to burn the house down. Hopefully not, but you never know. got my little torch right behind me. Wow. I don't know which side I like better anymore. So that's going to be the front. You see those little pieces of hematite metal up here? And another one down here. More of them in the back. Really nice piece. Uh-oh. Somebody got held for review. I don't think he got zapped. Probably Steve. Steve, I'm so sorry. I don't know why you get zapped. I don't know if it was you. Alright. Almost done on this one, and we are going to the van station. I'm kind of a little frightened and excited to see how that Bloodstone polishes. I don't know if it's best to do it on the Zan or on the Cerium, but we're going to try with the Zan first, because usually the Zan will only give it like a dull face if it's reacting, whereas the Cerium, if it gets stuck in the little cracks and crevices or nano fractures, then it's pretty hard to get it out without putting it in like an ultrasonic cleanser and jetting it with steam and all kinds of stuff. So that's okay. I think that is it. Alright, give this a second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's turn that off. Well, that's good for you, Victor. I hope you got some relief. Hi, Angela. Sorry if there's children in the chat or something. Thank you, Mr. Printer. Yeah, it can be indifferent. So all these pieces were stabilized differently, came from different areas of the country or even outside of the country, and I don't know how long they were sticking around in a box somewhere. So yeah, you can never tell what's going to happen once you get them wet too. So let's go over to the ZAM station. I'm going to take off my apron here. Well, I love my apron because Miss Frecklecat made me the apron. I'm going to keep those in my pocket. I'm going to head to the ZAM station here. So hold on, hopefully I don't lose you. Here we go. 1, 2, and 3. Here we go. Let's get you in here. Well, I got this, I don't know if it's Bloodstone or Jasper, to tell you the truth. I got some Jaspers to do. I got some really nice picture Jaspers to do. So this could very easily be a Jasper. If you look at the colors in there. So that's one of the first ones we did, Stephen. Because I did put Jasper in the title. I also put Bloodstone, I think. So let's get that. We're going to try this one first. I don't know if the ZAM's going to work on this or not. We're going to get a little bit closer. Maybe not that close, but a little bit closer. There we go. Oops, sorry about that. One over. That's pretty good right there. So let's get this turned on. I could use a bit better on the speed on here, I'm told. I do have a new grinder buffer that I'm putting together. I just haven't finished putting on the buffer pads themselves. This is ZAN. It's a chromium aluminum oxide wax. It is green because of the chromium in there. It works really, really well with phosphates. We're about to see if it works on this Bloodstone piece or not, because sometimes the minerals in the stone may react with the chemicals in the wax. So, really, who's making that noise today? Let's start with this. You can kind of see the polish. It's not bad already. And I'm going to do the back. So I should just test the back first. We'll show the back. So that's the back. It's got a little scratch up in there. Just me being lazy. But it is the back, so it's okay. Let's see if it goes really cloudy or shines up. I tend to test all my pieces on the back first, even if I know it's a phosphate. Alright, that should be enough. And they were... I'm not sure. Got the wax in there, you see that? So it is a no for the ZAM on this stone. So that was just the back, so I'm okay. And those little scratches that were in there. So the front's still good. But I don't know, it's a little risky. I wish it would speed up a little. We'll try it. I'm going to try it anyway. So we're going to try it. And that's not too bad. Maybe it was just it had too much wax on it. I'm just going to do the face real quick. Okay. I was wrong. It's actually not bad. That's just the wax coming off. Maybe some of the old wax. Getting a little closer. See that wax is just coming on the edge. So that just comes off. But we're going to try something else on that one. This one's an unsure. Looks good, but it's unsure. Let's try. Let's go with a really thin piece. This was the smoky. Look how thin that is. Quartz and turquoise. And a little bit of hematite. Same thing. Do the back. And this polishes up fantastic. Let's do the front. I don't know which one's the front and the back on this one, but get all the edges. Two faces one more time, and as you can see, turquoise polishes just polishes so well with this. Front and back, or back and front. Very happy with that. Let's try the big ugly. But you can see the polish so far on that. See how splayed and frosty that light is. And hopefully we're going to get something better out of it. So again, let's try the back. That's the test. Do a quick check. That looks fantastic. So really nice. Let's get the edges and then we'll do the face again. Thank you all for sticking around. Really, really, really appreciate it. You have no idea. Either I'm a little bonkers or you guys are a little bonkers. Or a bit of both. Maybe we're both a bit of bonkers. But I really appreciate your support. That's really what I'm trying to say. Alright, here we go. Didn't see too many of our UKers in today. Alright, let's have a look at this face. Wow. That's great. Quartz and turquoise mix. A little bit of matrix on the back. Pretty nice though. Different. Let's try the number 8. That's the before. Let's try the back, make sure it doesn't react. Sometimes this matrix can react to it. I think it should be okay, but... Oh yeah, that's working really well. So again, do the sides. Bye everybody. Almost done. I got one more stone after this. And then I'll call it quits. But wow, we've been on for almost 3 hours. That's ridiculous. And I'm doing it all for you. Yeah, 3 hours and got some nice stones out of it. And you guys have been some really good company, so thank you. Alright, let's do this front. And thanks for pushing the channel out. I appreciate all the new subscribers. Love the old subscribers. Thanks for sticking with me. We seem to just be growing. Not sure where we're going to next. I'm headed for 1500. And I don't know if we do memberships. I think I might just start selling some of these stones off. Just so I can have enough money to go out and buy some more material that I can cut with you guys. Alright, let's have a look. Wow. Really nice. Look at that. Great polish on that. That's a really nice piece. I think my hands are so dry. There we go. Trying to take a picture. Super nice, natural number 8. Really nice color. Love the florets in it. Or the plumes. Yeah. Wow. Alright, one more to go. And it's this little piece of Alpine Village. I don't know if there's a front or a back to this. They both look great. Let's just do a quick test. It's coming out great. Let's do the edges. This one's so slippery, it's ready to fly. I think I need to eat something, get the laundry out, do all the regular things we do, and get ready for the week. I will be back on Thursday. We will have some similar material and some new material. I think it's time to start breaking out a little bit of opal. I have a couple of surprises when it comes to the opal. Actually, I have a lot of surprises when it comes to opal, but I'm looking forward to sharing it with you guys. Been on a bit of a turquoise binge lately, so I need to switch it up just a little bit. And bingo, let's have a look at this one. Color on this is just awesome. No filters. It is stabilized, but it's beautiful. A little bit of hematite and metal in there. Some reddy brown, chocolatey matrix, webby. I mean, look at that. Those little dark spots are the hematite or the metal. And it's almost got like a water web to it, but not quite. So, super nice piece. Very, very happy with that. Alright, so 5 pieces. We did some commission shows. We did an update on the puppy, who is now growing. He is 13 weeks old. It'll be 14 weeks next time we come on. And he's put on a whole 0.3 of a pound. And but he's adjusting really well. He's already taking training really well. So we're really happy. And these are the ones we did today. Let's see if let's do that. That'll work. So there you go. Bottom right there is some alpine village. We've got, this is like a bloodstone green and reds in this one. You can see in there that they just sort of hide behind the surface there. Great piece of number 8. Some cheaper Laverde, but it came out beautiful. Quartz and turquoise, and the Kingman from both sides. So very happy with those. Thank you all for coming and joining, being in the chat, throwing some gems out, throwing some super chat out. Really thankful for you guys. We will be back on Thursday. Come join in, and I'll throw up some shorts during the week in the meantime, and we will see you then. So take care of yourselves. Most of all, take care of yourself. Be nice and warm. Get some good food in you. Stay out of the wind and enjoy the snow while you can. All right. Love you guys. Thank you. Cheers now. Bye now.